to the recording of the Outbound module webinar. My name is Lauren D'Souza, and I'm joined by my colleague Ez. And today we're going to be joining you to bring you through the entire Outbound module and show you what it's all about. In today's call, we'll cover what the whole module is all about, walk you through how to use something like that, and we'll give you some examples on how to use it for your business. This is a really powerful new product that we have under the Gameball brand, and we're looking forward to having you use it for your business. So let's get started. Today, we're going to be talking about the how of the Outbound module. So how do you use it? How do you make sure that it's perfectly set up for your business? And what are some best ways to use it based on your business goals and metrics? But first things first, we're going to chat with Ez, who's our product lead here at Gameball, and he was leading the whole production of this wonderful module. So he's going to walk you through the how of the Outbound module and how everything works on the logistics side of things. Hey, Ez, how are you today?
Hi, Lauren. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here with you guys, and I'm excited to show you all the fantastic work we've been working on. So let's kick this starting. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is the Outbound module and what is the goal behind using it. Outbound is a personalized communication tool that enables users to send targeted messages to their customers through various channels, such as emails, mobile notification, and web messages. The main goal of the Outbound is to provide our customers with ability to increase engagement, loyalty, and ultimately the lifetime value of their customers. With Outbound, you can target specific segments of your customer base based on their demographics, behavior, and purchase history, and send personalized messages to increase the engagement. Also, what is cool about the Outbound within the ecosystem of Gameball is that you can leverage the Gameball's loyalty programs to create more inclusive experience for your customers. Ultimately, as we've mentioned, leading to a higher retention and loyalty to your brand. So the next thing that I would like, after we have told you about what is the Outbound module is, I would like to touch base on where you can find the Outbound module and go through the high-level journey of setting up your first Outbound communication. And I will do that by sharing my screen and show you live how it goes. So just give me a second.
And for those of you watching this webinar right now, our Outbound module is available to all customers for the first 2 months, and then will be switched to a paid plan after that. So if you have any questions about that, our customer success team will be happy to walk you through that. Back to you, Ez.
Perfect. I hope you can now see my screen.
Yep.
So where can you find the Outbound module? So the first thing you have to do in order for you to access the Outbound module is simply log on into your Gameball dashboard, and you will find the Outbound in the nav bar right under the notifications section. So it's going to be here. And to start using the Outbound, the first thing you have to do is basically, when you're creating this Outbound, is to choose the type of message that you want to send. Outbound offers a spectrum of options. The first one is emails, mobile notifications, and web messages. Each type of message, or each type of each type of message has different purpose. So basically, for example, emails are good for sending information that are best for grabbing their customers, not grabbing their customer attention right away. So something such as monthly newsletters would be suitable for using an email as a medium. Mobile push notifications are best for urging the customer to do a certain action right away or immediately, like, for example, reminding them about an item in their cart that they haven't purchased yet and it's still in their cart. However, the type of this kind of messages, it has to be short and attention grabbing, in compared to the emails that you can have a long emails and be more thorough in what you're trying to describe to the customers. And finally, for the web messages, they are a great medium for upselling your customers on your website. So for example, offering a discount on the related items that they're purchasing. So for example, if someone is purchasing a t-shirt from your website, you can prompt a web message mentioning that there is a cool pants that can match this t-shirt, and you can offer them a 10% discount when they're purchasing this item as well. So with this example, let's go with, for example, setting up an email. And the next steps are basically similar for all types of messages. This makes Outbound easy to use and intuitive. As you can see, the first step is basically the rules section. You define the customer group you want to receive the message from here. You can send it to either all or your guest customers, as well as you can specify certain segments like VIP customers or those who joined your website on a specific dates, for example. And after that, next, you'll have the triggers for your email. You can set it to a designated time or when a customer takes a certain action, depending on your specific use case, basically. So for this example, let's say like I want to send an email to all customers. It's a one-time email, and this is going to be my trigger. So I press continue. And the next section is basically scheduling. In this section, you set up the time for the outbound message. You can specify when the start, sending, and the end of the communication happens, and also configure a repeating option for recurring communication if you want this to be on a recurring basis. So we give you all the varieties or the variants that you need in order for you to schedule the message that you want. Once you're done with that, you go to the compose section. And in this section, this is the only step that might be a little bit different from each outbound type. This is where you get to compose the content of the message, as well as customize and design the overall look of your outbound communication. So say, for example, we want to send this from Gameball team, and we want to tell our customers about the outbound module. All right. Once you click continue, you go to the next step, which is the goal. Before that, in the compose, as I said, like it's different from each type of outbound. So basically, in case of the emails, you are prompted to start composing the entire email using our email builder. It's a very easy, intuitive tool to use, which is basically a drag and drop kind of tool. So you can add headers, you can add images. However, it basically gives you a lot of freedom to set up and design your entire content. Once you're happy with that, we then go to the next step, which is the goal setting. In this section, it's an optional step. This is how I want to highlight this one. You don't have to necessarily have all the time a goal for your outbound communications. So it's an optional setting. This allows you to measure the impact of your communication with your customers. You can set up a specific action. This is how it works. So basically, you can set up a specific action that you want your customers to take after receiving the message. Once this action is completed with a specific time frame that within a specific time frame you've configured, that means like you have met your intended objective from this communication. So basically, this is how you do it. You set up the action that you want, and basically you specify the time range where you want your customers to achieve this goal. Once you're happy with that setup, you go to the final step. The final step is the preview one. Here you can get a summary of all your settings before sending your message. You can make edits, send a test message to yourself or someone else from your team to have a second opinion. And then either you send it to your customers or schedule it based on the triggers you've already set up in the first step. Once you're happy with everything, you press send, and you are redirected. I'm not going to send this one now, but once you press send, you are redirected to the homepage of the outbound, and here you'll be able to track the outbound data on the main page, on this page, such as the number of messages sent, the number of clicks, and the percentage of which the goal has been met. You can of course deactivate or delete the message if you want. at any time you would like. So basically, this is a high level of how the outbound works. Of course, for more information and to know more about how it works and things like that, you can definitely check out our help center articles and tutorial videos to learn more about the product itself and get yourself familiar with it. And as Lauren mentioned, it's free for the upcoming 2 months. So it's super awesome that you can put your hands on that experience and understand how it helps you with your business objectives. And by that, I concluded my my demo, and back to Lauren to walk you through some strategic insights on how to leverage the outbound as a part of your business and goals and objectives. Back to you, Lauren.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ez, for that lovely overview of the outbound module. It's really lovely to see how powerful this tool really is. And now that we know how to use the outbound module, let's take a look at how we'll use it to fit our business goals and objectives. So now that Ez has given you that overview, basically, I'm going to show you examples of how you might use it for your own business. Because with Gameball, whether it's outbound or any other of the programs that we have, it's really important that with all this personalization and customization, that you set up something that's very specific to what you want to be doing with your business. So what I've got here is 2 examples. One is a web message and the other is an email. And the idea here is that you want to walk through thinking what you're trying to incentivize the customer to do. So sometimes our clients come to us and say we're trying to increase conversion rate or their average order value or the lifetime value of a customer. And that's really important to note, as well as your customer behavior, so that you can set up a message to the right customer at the right time with the right conversion to push the action. So a wonderful example of that is one message that I have set up here, which I've called pushing the completion of a purchase. So with my demo store, for example, I might be noticing that people are adding products to cart, but not actually converting at the end. So I might go to the outbound module and create a message to push them at that last little part of their journey to try and get them to add, not only to add to their cart, but make the purchase as well. So for example, if I were to go and add the chair to my cart, as soon as I add it to cart, you're going to see a message in the bottom left. And the way that I've set this up is saying, okay, when this person adds a product to cart, show this message. And I've actually customized every single aspect of this, from the icon to the title to the personalized variables that you can see here. And the idea is that you're trying to push them with that personalized message at the right time because it's fresh in their mind. They're excited about the product. And now this might help me get to my cart and actually complete my purchase, which would be awesome. So that's one example of how you might use that. Now, you can also customize based on the player attributes, different events, etc. So for example, if I open, actually, I'll close this now that I've seen it, probably completed my purchase. And now that I've gone to my widget, you can actually see that I'm on VIP level 6. And so the other message that I've done in my outbound module is thinking through, okay, so I have all my VIP players. How do I go and incentivize them further? Or how do I make them feel really, really special? Because really what you're doing is you're taking your customer journey and you're plotting out the different points at which you want to speak to them. And that might be different depending on if they're VIP or doing a certain action. So now that I've shown you an example of an action-based message, which was that add to cart, now I'll show you something that's specific to the type of player that I'm going after. So if we jump back to our dashboard, you'll see that I have a scheduled email set up here, and my audience is specific customers. So actually what I've done when I set up and composed this entire email was I set this up to be targeted towards level 6 players only. And I wanted to give them a very exclusive deal just because they're the top tier VIP level members. So what I've done here is if I go into my email, I've already sent the outbound, so I'll show you exactly what the customer sees on their end. So basically what I've done is I've sent them an email with this content about how they're VIP members, they get something exclusive, etc. But it's nice because I branded every single aspect of my email. It comes from me, so it's personalized. It doesn't look like a scam email or anything like that. But I can obviously set everything about the domain as well, set the subject, customize the email, and good to go. So this is an example of how you might do a blend of the emails and the web messages in a way to target your customers from all different points. Now, something that I always recommend to my customers is planning out the customer journey and literally marking the points at which you'll talk to your customers, because that's how you make sure that Outbound is extremely valuable. As you can see, there's a lot of different things you can do with the Outbound module. So this is just 2 examples of how you can do that. Now, the Gameball customer success team, we're here to help you with that. So we take your business objectives, we take the insights about your business, and we help you with your strategy. So at the end of this webinar, you'll also have an ability to book a call with one of the members from our team, and we can help you get set up on the Outbound module, give you some recommendations, give you some ideas, and make sure that you're using it to the best of your ability. So with that, that brings us to the end of our webinar. Of how you've learned about the how of the Outbound module, you learned about the why, and you've seen some examples of how you can use this really powerful new tool to really enhance your customer journey and personalize your retention strategy. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Ez, for walking us through the entire demo of the Outbound module. And with that, we will conclude our Outbound module webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.